Yes? Yes, go ahead. Right, the time we did the cashback campaign, right? What? It's not a campaign, it's for their birthday. What? Interest-free? No, that's impossible. That has to be wrong. They can give you up to up. Hello team, in today's video, we're going to look at the regulated IBF licensed top-tier platform NECTARO. It's been growing a lot in recent months due to its popularity, its regulation, and the stability of the payments it's offering us. In this video, I'm going to tell you about its strengths or strong points, as well as, of course, its weak points or areas where it's improving for the future. Because if you have some money saved up and you're thinking about investing it, this could be a very good platform because of that regulation, that security, and the stability it offers. Key number one is what NECTARO is, as well as how it works and its regulation. First of all, if you don't know me, let me introduce myself. My name is Antonio, and this is Invant APPs. You'll see that we're experts on NECTARO. In fact, it's on our website, and here you can see, along with many other platforms, NECTARO. Because this isn't the first, second, or third, but the fourth video we've made. So I'm going to leave you with a lot more information here. Also, you can see how this little tab, well, it's the same one I currently have on my dashboard, so it's completely up to date. This info I'm about to share is in the other videos, but I'm going to give you the key points so you can start to understand NECTARO. What's the first and most key thing you need to know in this regard? That it's a regulated investment platform with that IBF license or investment brokerage firm. Officially launched in 2023. In fact, that campaign that's going to start for you this Monday, the 24th, okay? Since you'll be watching this video starting Sunday, November 23rd, it's for their second birthday and it's going to be awesome. Stick around, I'll explain it in the second point. It's authorized by the Central Bank of Latvia and is part of, a huge group, which is the NECTARO group. It's a large conglomerate, and let's say one of its assets is NECTARO. But how does it work? I'll explain it very quickly. Well, you're going to have a series of consumer loans. When it's a regulated platform, you don't really invest in single personal loans, but rather you invest in notes, which are financial instruments that are really like little packages of loans. Then it has a series of originators. You have these ones here, and you can start investing from 50 euros with annual returns of around 13 to 14%, which is great, I insist, for a regulated platform. Also, they're going to give you cashback campaigns. Also, you have the newbies bonus. Also, you have the referral bonus. Also, you have the bonus for auto investing as well, which means that 13% can easily go up to 16 or 17%. Key things, advantages. Regulated, a buyback guarantee at 60 days. Very important, no fees of any kind, and it has an auto invest tool. What for? Well, as I say, right, you just lie back right on the beach. Let's see how Edu get a good shot of me. You can't get a good shot of this. So you lie back and you just wait for the auto invest to do that compound interest, which is super powerful for you. What are the disadvantages? Because otherwise this platform would be perfect. It's a young platform. It doesn't have a secondary market yet to provide liquidity, but I know for a fact they're working on it. Well, it has originators from the same group, but as I said, the NECTARO group it's huge. I'd be at ease with that part. Regulated platform, and then the interface is only in English. Oh, Antonio, my English is bad. Right-click, translate to Spanish. The English-only interface is no longer a problem. Loans with very variable durations. One of the little things, if you watch those videos, is that they've added some short-term loans. Before, they were longer-term loans, and now, honestly, it's great for those of us who also want to invest a little. There are even some with daily payments. Perfect monthly stability. And if you activate auto-invest, you get 0.29%. I mean, is there anything dumber, really, that even my little cousin Timon knows? Well, I'm talking a lot about my little cousin Timon now. I'm going to leave the website's URL below in case you want to check it out. However, you'll also have it at the end of the video in a list, in a course we have about NECTARO. Key number two is that they're not going to have a Black Friday promotion, but rather they're going to have a promotion for their second birthday, and they're going to give us the chance to get huge rewards. Let's take a look. And here are the details. First of all, thanks to the NECTARO team for sharing this information with me beforehand, because you guys are getting a sneak peek. This will be released on Sunday the 23rd, and this campaign will start on Monday, November 24th. Notice that it will last until December 22nd, and December 22nd is a Monday, and it's the same day as the Christmas lottery jackpot, okay? So we've got it located practically a month. So this is that campaign. What are we going to do? Well, during that whole month, okay, what they're going to compare is the start and the end of the portfolio, okay? The more the portfolio grows, the bigger the cashback will be. So that cashback, notice that it will go up to 3%. From 1,000 to 2,499.99, 1%. From 2,500 to 4,999.99, 1.5. 5,000 to 9,999.99, 2%. From 10,000 up to 24,999.99, 2.5%. And from 25,000 onwards, 3%. Maximum bonus look of 1,000 euros per investor. What can happen? Well, hey, we have those 1,000, okay? But then you can also earn an additional 500, okay? So you can reach 1,500 throughout the entire campaign. Key for their second birthday from the 24th, Monday, November 24th to Monday, December 22nd. I really like these types of campaigns. Why? Because I think it's super positive for both new and existing investors, because there are many promotions for new investors and such. And hey, what about the existing investors? Don't you take care of them? And here, NECTARO honestly always takes them into account for these promotions, and good for them. So it's super simple, okay? The only thing we have to do is, well, look, in my case, I want to do a before and after, okay? So you can see it. I didn't want to put money in now because if I put money in now, well, I'm going to miss out on the cashback. Normally, I always invest something with you guys, but if I invest, well, hey, the starting portfolio value would already be set. All right, so if we look now, I currently have about 4,228. So how is this going to work? Well, NECTARO will take a snapshot on that, that Monday, so to speak, and say 4,228. If imagine that after these days, I reach 6,228. Well, that's 2,000 euros more, which means I'll fall into that 2,000 euro bracket we saw earlier, and they'll give me the corresponding cashback. It's super simple. Okay, great. What did I tell you? To start with, 14.5% on a regulated platform is incredible, okay? But on top of that, it has a multitude of campaigns. Take a look. Why? Well, these are campaigns that have already ended, okay? But which ones are currently active? An extra 0.29% for using Auto Invest. See how simple that is? Also, with the referral bonus, I'll leave for you below. They'll give you this 1% newbies campaign so that 14% can easily become 15%. Plus the cashback, which can go up to 3% or 2% if we're being realistic, quite easily. All of this on a regulated platform. Notice that you have 2-month loans. Hey, a 2-month loan at 11% is very good. 12%, 7 months, okay? Before, the terms were much longer. Look, it has a 12% loan for 7 months. It's really, really competitive. In fact, this Monday, November 17th, look, NECTARO launched a campaign here to boost a cashback, okay? So it was a 1 or 2% bonus, which was awesome. It was very, very easy to get that cashback, an additional 2% on top of everything else, okay? Because this birthday campaign is different. Of course, I have to mention that we have the Telegram group. So here, look, in this referral group, which by the way, we have one for each platform, okay? Well, in the NECTARO one, you can see that, well, we have thousands and thousands of messages, okay? And here, all of this, you can see how I was explaining to people how to find them in manual investments, okay? And you go here, see these cashbacks. So if you have these kinds of doubts and so on, I post it here for you. First, investments, filter, bam, bam, bam. There are many right now. There's the 2% one, the 1% one, okay? All of this is if you join the Telegram group, of course. And also, the atmosphere in the Telegram group, honestly, it's like a family, okay? I want to take good care of it. And right now, and I have to be honest with you, the spots for the Telegram group are open. In fact, it's by invitation now. You have to go through a pre-approval, but in the future, we might close the Telegram group. Therefore, if you're serious about your finances, seriously, if you're not serious, it's no problem. I mean, I still like you. We're still friends. But if you are serious, you have to be in that Telegram group. I don't know how long the doors will be open, but if you want to be in, I'll be waiting for you inside. Besides, you already know, right? Because it's on the website. Look, even in my October portfolio, you can see it here. How NECTARO, well, it plays a predominant role. Let's see, where is it? Over 4,000 euros, okay? And we're going to keep going. Besides, you can see here how I'm buying, okay? And it has an IBF license, usually with monthly payments. So what am I looking for with NECTARO? I've mentioned this in a previous video, but I believe the economic situation in the medium to long term is going to get worse. So these types of platforms are great. Their returns are fantastic. But in the future, I think things, unfortunately, and I always say this, I hope I'm wrong, or that when it happens, it's as late as possible, are going to be a little worse. So I'm going to be looking more and more to increase my exposure to these types of platforms that have some regulation and more experience. So right now is a good time, and in fact, I'm personally going to take advantage of it. As always, this is not an investment recommendation. When I talk about something being good, or similarly, when I talk about another platform and say, hey, I'm going to stop the auto invest, don't take that as a recommendation to sell either. What I do is, in my opinion, in fact, I show you my screen, and well, I show you what I'm doing in case it can help you or give you an idea for the future, but they are never investment recommendations. The key here is that it's good to be informed, which is why there's the website, the YouTube channel, the Telegram group, and it's up to us to make that final decision on whether to invest or not. It's actually very sad what I'm about to say, but things don't go up in price. Well, I go to the supermarket and things cost more. And I tell you, yes, but the value is the same. What's the sad part about all this? It's not that things are worth more, but that the euro is worth less. The euro, the dollar, fiat currency. So to compensate for that, why does a house cost what it costs? Because its value has increased. No, it's because the European central banks keep printing and keep printing. There's more and more money. Consequently, things go up in value because the money we have is worth less and less. It's possibly the great or one of the great scams of the 21st century, how these central banks are aiming for that 2-3% inflation. Notice that they never want 0%. Why? Because they know they have to keep going into debt to pay off their debts. And the only way to make that sustainable is for money to be worth less. Therefore, keeping your money in the bank, saving it in a current account, we're practically, and you can see this, losing 2-3% every year. I see it in the news now. This will be the most expensive Christmas in history. It's the same thing every year. I don't know why that's even news, because things just get more expensive, and every Christmas will be the most expensive in history. So it's up to us whether we do something about it or not. If we don't want to do anything, that's fine. Hey, everyone's happy. The institutions are super happy. The governments are happy. Because every year, your money is worth about 2-3% less, maybe even 4% with inflation. They're happy. And it's in your hands to do something, to invest or not, to at least try to make up that difference. Okay, if you invest with the European Central Bank at 2%, you're earning 2%. From my point of view, that's almost ridiculous. But hey, if inflation is at 3%, instead of your value dropping by 3%, you only lose 1%. Right? That's why I think those 1 or 2% investment are losing investments, because you can't even manage to earn or beat inflation. This has nothing to do with NECTARO. It's more about the philosophy of this channel and precisely why we are investing and, in my case, trusting a large regulated platform with those licenses that, for me personally, gives me extra security. Anyway, after that whole macro-micro spiel, I hope you enjoyed the video. I'm also sharing these thoughts, and why a person should invest. Well, it's precisely because of this, because they're robbing us. They're stealing the money right out of our own pockets by printing money, and with that inflation that they know they need to keep the system stable. I'm going to leave you with some videos next with that NECTARO course, okay? Where you'll find everything so you can check it out, because it will be a great match and will complement this video very well. Have a great afternoon, day, or night. A big hug, and thanks again for staying with me until the end of the video.